Hey San Francisco, good morning. Casey from dareDREIER, and I am here in your wonderful city, an old stomping ground of mine. So before I head to the airport, I thought with the Golden Gate as a backdrop, I'd give you a nice little yoga class to help with all the hunching over and working on computers and mobile devices that you guys are so good at doing in this city. So let's have fun with it, okay? So we'll start in ragdoll. So place 2 fists in between your feet, bend your knees, drape your torso over your legs. It's okay if you have to bend your knees a lot. Yoga isn't about straight legs. Bend your elbows, grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. Stick your booty up in the air like you just don't care. Look in between your legs and start to sway side to side with your arms, kind of like a Raggedy Ann or a Raggedy Ann would do. Release your hands down, bend your left knee, reach your right arm high to the sky, give yourself some waves. You can look to the side or you can look up at your right hand. Release your hand down, take your left arm up, bend your right. High Golden Gate Bridge. Release your hands down. With your feet still hip width distance apart, press your feet into the ground and then slowly, like your arms weigh 1,000 pounds each, lift your torso up. You're eventually going to bring your shoulders up and over your hips, but you don't have to rush. Your chin is close to your chest, and that's going to be the last part that rolls up. As you look in front of you, palms face forward, close your eyes. Take your left hand and imagine there's a little fairy, magical fairy, and it's grabbing your left hand and gently pulling it down toward the earth, and then reach your right ear toward your right shoulder while you're still pulling your left hand to the ground. This should be a nice, yummy stretch for the left side of your neck. And then take it over to the left ear to your left shoulder as the fairy, that magical silly fairy, is pulling on your right hand. Press your feet into the ground, so the ball of your foot and your heel press into the earth. Lift your kneecaps up toward your quads. Your tailbone, that's the top of your butt crack. You want to point that down to the ground as you lift your low belly up and into your spine. And then your sternum, the part of the front part of your rib cage that connects your ribs. Try to bring that up a little closer to the sun. Lengthen both sides of your neck up. Reach the crown of your head an inch closer to the sun. Let go of all of your air, exhale. Take a big inhale breath. Open mouth, let it go. Toe heel your feet so that your feet come together to touch. And then lift your arms up overhead for mountain pose. So pinky fingers face in, like you could give yourself a high five. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back and make a fist. Press your palms into one another and then roll your shoulders up toward the sky, back behind you, and then down toward the ground as you pull your fist toward the ground. Inhale, lift your sternum up a little bit. Exhale, slowly start to pull your fists down. Keep your belly engaged, so belly button in to protect your low back. And lift your sternum up toward the sky. Inhale, come back. Keep the bind behind you, the fist behind you. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Release your head and your neck so that your head can hang loosely. And then release your hands. We'll go to mountain pose one more time. Inhale, reach all the way up nice and high. Exhale, hands behind your heart or behind your back. Pull your fist toward the ground. Inhale, lift your sternum up, shoulders behind you. Exhale, shine your sternum up, low belly in. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend your knees, slowly fold forward. Lift your fists up toward the sky, release your head and your neck toward the ground. Press your palms into one another, and it's okay if you have to bend your elbows to make that happen and to get the stretch in your shoulders and your chest. Release your hands down. Slowly step back to a high plank. So for high plank, stack your shoulders up over your wrists. Hips and shoulders are in one line. Belly button is up and in. Keep a micro bend in your knees. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, down dog. Press your hands into the ground and lift your hips up behind you. Now for down dog, a lot of us tend to try to have our shoulders too far in front of us. So you want to bend your knees if this is happening to you. Lift your hips up as you press your shoulders away from your wrists. And it's okay to have your knees bent in order to make this happen and to feel the release here. And then once you feel that your shoulders are sufficiently far away from your wrists, then you can start to straighten your legs a little bit. Send your sits bones, that's your butt bones, up to the sky, up to the ceiling. And the further you press your heels down, the more stretch you're going to feel in your calves. The point isn't to touch your heels to the ground, it's just to give yourself a nice opening, a nice stretch for your calves and hamstrings. Come all the way forward, back to the high plank. Lower your knees down to the ground, and then lower your weight all the way down to your belly. Zipper your legs together, so glue the insides of your legs to touch each other. Point your feet and press the tops of your feet into the ground. Wrists come under your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lengthen the sides of your necks. Take a big exhale. Inhale, cobra. Lift your chest off the ground, but keep looking down to keep your neck long. Little to no weight in your hands. Press your feet into the ground so that your kneecaps lift up and you can find leverage while keeping your belly engaged to lift your back a little bit higher. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, release your left ear down to the ground. Arms long at your side. Bend your knees and then wave them side to side like you're doing a windshield wiper. Release your legs down. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. We're going to do that one more time. Zipper your legs together, point your toes, press the tops of your feet into the mat so your kneecaps lift off the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, then squeeze your shoulders down towards your booty. Exhale. Inhale, lift your chest off the ground, look down, keep your neck long. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, slowly release other ear to the ground. Arms long. Windshield wiper your legs, so bend your knees and take your feet side to side, back and forth. Release your feet down, chin back to center. Slowly press yourself up. We'll come to child's pose. So kiss your big toes together behind you while you bring your knees out wide. Sit your butt as far back to your heels as you can get them. And then come down to your forearms, so your forearms are on the ground, and relax your head down to the mat. From here, you can start to walk your arms out a little bit further, hands out a little bit further, or you can keep your forearms down on the ground, your choice. Then walk your knees forward, lift your feet to the side. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Not about straight legs, guys. Just about stretching and getting to know our bodies. Releasing a little tension. Flex your toes towards your face. So instead of pointing, you're going to flex. Inhale, lift your arms up nice and high. Keep your low back straight. Exhale, reach forward for your shins, your ankles, or your feet, whatever's accessible. The key here is to think about inhale, finding length. So at a diagonal, getting long from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And with your exhale, trying to gently pull your chest closer to your legs. If you need more of a stretch, you can start to straighten your legs, but it's fine to keep them bent. You just want to feel this in your hamstring, your calves, and a little bit of a release here in your back and your neck. Slowly lift your shoulders over your hips, bend your legs, press your feet into the ground, and then come all the way back down onto your back. Place your feet underneath your knees. To make that happen, walk your heels so that you can almost tickle them with your fingertips, but not quite. Press the side edges, the pinky toe edges of your feet into the ground, and then the balls and heels of your feet into the ground. Engage your calf muscles, and then slowly lift your hips off the ground for bridge pose. Shimmy your shoulders under your heart like you're making a little shelf for your back. Low belly is in. Your booty's kind of soft so that you can keep relaxing your tailbone towards your knees. Slowly release. Knock your knees in so your knees kiss, your feet are wide. Place one hand, doesn't matter which, on your belly, another hand, doesn't matter which, on your heart. To feel your breath with your belly hand and your heart with your heart hand. Hug your knees into your heart. Then slowly release your hands and legs long. Do a nice little Shavasana. Palms face up, eyes closed. And instead of counting sheep in yoga, in Shavasana we count breaths. So with equal breathing, count to 5 breaths. Your arms up overhead, and then roll over onto your right side, fetal pose. Make a pillow for your head with your arm. Slowly press yourself up into a seat. Facing forward, I'll face you. Palms down on the knees if you want to ground down. If you need a little energy, face your palms up. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears, behind you, down. Let go of all of your air, exhale. And burp if you need to, apparently. Take a big inhale. Let it go. You can keep your hands on your knees or bring them to your heart. The light, the love, and the huge nerd in me sees and honors the same thing in you. I hope that you have a great day. Hugs, high fives, and namaste. Bye. See you later. Miss you already. Woo! Let your head and your neck hang really heavy. Oh, I've got a bee on me, guys. Woo!